generally speaking, how is it to live in Minsk? I'm thinking like most of the guys who are listening to this podcast have probably never stepped outside of their country. So when they think of Minsk, they're probably thinking of like bombed out Soviet built boring apartment complexes and like I don't know, eating borscht every day.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, 262, nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, to take it from Americans, you know, the Americans that I've met, they have this kind of picture of the former Soviet Union as a grey, dull, rather drab place filled with drab and grey people.
Right.
You know, and the people queue up and they wear all these big furry hats,
right.
Big coats, you know, and they eat babies, blah, blah, blah.
Babushkas.
I mean, that is complete and total bullshit. Pardon my language there. You know, nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, take it here in Minsk. Minsk is a very livable city. Okay, anybody who has been here, okay, anybody who's been here, they will vouch for that. It's a very, very livable city. It's very clean. It's very nice.
Wow.
Public transport here is quite good. Okay, it's excellent. It's actually on par with many, many European cities here. It's a very safe city. You walk around the city, say 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, walk up the back streets. You can walk around my neighborhood at about 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning and nobody would say anything to you. There wouldn't be a soul around. Nothing, okay? As well as that, it's extremely safe. There are policemen everywhere. The crime rate here is very, very low. It's extremely safe. It's extremely clean. The streets are clean. You know, for example, I was in Vilinus there in December and January because I had to get the train from Minsk to Vilinus to fly back to Ireland. And the difference between Vilinus, an EU capital, and Minsk here, I mean, was quite staggering. You know, because in Vilinus, I found, outside of the old city, I found a very dirty, kind of run-down, slightly seedy, whereas here it was clean, it was spotless, everything was in order. You know, there was no bums or vagrants, you know, hanging around. And I kind of put that down to, I mean, Belarus, you know, they have this social security net. They kept it from the Soviet Union, whereas in other parts of Eastern Europe, like Poland and Lithuania, they just tossed that aside in the name of neoliberal capitalism. You know, everybody has to swing for themselves, basically. So here it's nicer. It's much more ordered. It's cleaner. It looks like a very clean and very, very kind of well-ordered European city. I mean, if you were to you know, teletransport here to Minsk, you know, you would think that you are in, you know, any kind of Central European city. It's a nice city.
Wow.
However, you know, you do have your Soviet era apartment blocks, but that's to be expected in this part of the world.
Right.
And overall, I'm living in a really, really nice neighborhood. Neighbors are nice. I mean, I'm looking out the window on my balcony here, and I can see lots of trees. You know, fresh air. I can open the windows. You know, it's not an industrial shithole. It's a nice city.
Nice. Interesting.
So if guys are going to come here, I mean, yeah, they will have, they will enjoy it. They will really enjoy it. You know.
And they'll be surprised. It sounds like.
They will be surprised. Yes, they will be.
Nice. Let's see. Okay, here's another. Kind of switching topics here. I guess. Did you move to Minsk for work specifically, or did you look for work in Minsk? Like, I guess, what was the process for you to move from Ireland? Like, why did you leave?
Okay, well, that's a story that pops up a lot of the times when I'm out and I meet people. They ask me, well, how the hell did you end up here? Because I'm the only Irish guy living and working here in this country of like 10 million people. So obviously I will get that question, and I do get it quite a lot. But anyway, here goes. When I was studying in Bulgaria, I met a guy from Minsk here, local dude, and we became friends. And, we kept in contact. And when I left, I got his email address. And fast forward then a few years later, Facebook came on the scene, and hooked up on Facebook. And we were talking intermittently for the next 3 to 4 years. But anyway, I was browsing on the Rouge forum, and I think it was TripleG, who is another Rouge forum member whom I have met at TripleG. He's from Lithuania, but he speaks Russian, and he put up a post about Minsk, and he said that for the Ice Hockey World Championships, this is 2014, I went to the hockey match, had a great 8-9 days, and I said to myself, I'd like to come back here again someday. So this was 2014, and I was living and working in Dublin at the time. I was working for a medical college. I was overseeing a postgraduate course they were conducting research into healthcare. So then in July, I was let go from my job. The project came to an end. The project finished up, and I found myself, I have a lot of free time here. So I decided that this would be a great opportunity to get a teaching certificate at the CELTA from the International House in Dublin. This would be great because if you have something like this, you are very mobile. You can go anywhere in the world to teach English. So I went to International House in Dublin. I got my CELTA certificate, and in late 2014, then I came out to Belarus, out to Minsk, where I worked for 3 months for a local private school. For 3 months. However, things didn't go to plan. Because this country was hit by an economic crisis in mid to late December 2014. I mean, the currency was devalued by, I think, about 60% overnight, and as a result, I lost the value of half my salary. My salary at this company was paid in Belarusian rubles. Overall, my salary halved by 50%, and and there were other problems with the school as well. For example, they wanted me to do other work that I qualified in. So anyway, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she said that there are a number of companies here looking for English language instructors. She mentioned one of them. This company is quite big. It's a big IT company here. So I forwarded off my resume to this company, and lo and behold, I was hired in February last year. Nice. By this company. So I've been here pretty much ever since then, and it's been a great time here. I'm working in a really, really good job. I mean, they pay. I get paid in US dollars. Nice. It's a good salary, and for me, the quality and the standard of living here for me is a lot better than what I would have if I was still in Dublin. Really? Believe it or not. Wow. Yes, it is. And I'll tell you why, 262. Yeah. The reason being is that, in Dublin at the moment, there is a housing crisis. There is a shortage of houses. So, you have a lot of demand, but less of the supply. And of course, what has happened that the cost of rental accommodation in Dublin has skyrocketed over the last 3 to 4 years. And the thing about it is, if I was to go back to Dublin in the morning and to get a job, I would have to fork out about 40 to 45% of my salary on accommodation. That's just to put a roof over my head. Easy. And you also have to factor in utility bills, like gas, electricity, and internet, which are a lot more expensive over there than they are here. Plus, you have your tax. You have PAYE. You have PRSI Social Security. You also have a universal social charge as well. So, I mean, I'll put it to you like this, right? When I was in Dublin, right, I was earning 2,900 euros a month. Okay, that was gross. Like, that was gross. Now, after tax, after deductions, after my pension contributions, I was making 2,300 euros. Okay, that's in Dublin. Now, then you have to come to rent.
Right.
Okay? Now, in 2014, I was paying 600 euros a month for a one-bed apartment in Dublin city centre in Rathmines, which is near Stephen's Green, and it's about 15-minute walk from O'Connell Street. Okay. Now, that same apartment, I reckon, would be about 1,000 euros a month. Okay. Plus, you have to take into consideration, deductions for food.
Right.
For entertainment. I mean, you're coming out with a residual income of between 500 and 600 euros a month after all of those deductions have been made.
Right.
And you can't save, you can't do anything with it. You're just living from paycheck to paycheck. Whereas here, I can save money. I'm saving money. I'm putting away last month, I put away about $1,000 a month.
Nice.
Just building up my savings. But on average, I would put away about between $500 and $600 a month in savings. And my accommodation. Okay. Now, I'm living in a Soviet era apartment block. It was built in 1972, and it's your typical one bed. It has the balcony. It's a very spacious balcony. I have a very spacious kitchen here. I have a living room with the bedroom, and with all the expenses, with all the utility bills, I pay $300 a month for all that.
Wow.
Yeah, for a one-bed apartment right in the centre of Minsk.
Dang.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Now you can see where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Now you can see why I don't want to move back to Dublin.
Yeah.
Now you can see why I'm living here in Minsk.
Nice. Yeah, that's interesting. Because I talked to NomadofEU. He's teaching English in Kiev, and he said the same thing. Like, he's actually able to save money teaching English in Kiev. Like, he's actually able to earn more than enough to live. That he's actually saving. He's actually able to put away money every single month. And so it's interesting for you to say that, because there's this whole on the forum, and then just like in general, there's this idea that if you teach English abroad, you'll be living paycheck to paycheck, and you'll be starving. You'll be eating ramen noodles for every meal, and that, I guess, I've got two examples here where that's clearly not the case.
That is clearly not the case. I mean, you are probably familiar with the guys on the forum. For example, guys like Suits and these guys are teaching in China, and they're making a lot of money. I mean, for example, Suits is making quite a lot of money in China, and that's, of course, where the money is being made.
Yeah, I've heard.
But the thing is that also at the same time, I was extremely lucky, and guys like NomadofEU, they are also quite lucky as well, in that they established themselves, like myself, before the current economic crisis took hold here about 12 to 18 months ago. Now, if I was to give advice about to guys, who want to move abroad to teach English, I would advise them to hit up the Middle East and Southeast Asia. I wouldn't tell them to come here because the opportunities here are very, very few and far between. I mean, I was lucky. Okay, in the first job I was here, it was with a private school, and it wasn't working out. And it was only on the off chance that somebody said that my current company my current company was looking for English language instructors.
Gotcha.
That I was able to get off my arse and apply for this job. Whereas if this person hadn't have said that to me, I would have come back home last year, and I would now be living in a bedsit somewhere in Phibsborough or Cabra in North Inner City Dublin, in some damp bedsit, working my arse off for 2,500 or 3,000 euros a month and living by paycheck to paycheck. It's just that I was lucky, and just that guys like NomadofEU, these guys were very, very lucky as well. But
okay.
If I want to give advice to guys if they're thinking about coming, going abroad and teaching English, hit up the Middle East and go to Southeast Asia. Don't come here because the opportunities here, they just are not here. Even in Moscow, the economic nodal point of the ex-Soviet Union, I mean,
it's weak.
It's weak. The market is not so good. Russia is in the midst of a severe economic recession brought on by the drop in oil prices and, of course, sanctions as well.
Right.
But things are bad here. The economy here is not stellar, to be quite frank with you. Things are quite bad here, and it's not a place to come and to start out. I was lucky in that I got the lucky break, and I was also willing to slum it out for about 3 to 4 or 5 months in order to get that lucky break, because it's only by coming here that I was able to establish myself and to get my career back up and running again.
Gotcha.
It is a lot more difficult to try and do it from your bedroom or your basement, your mother's basement in the United States or in Western Europe. You have to come here. You have to
be a local.
Come out here. You have to live here. You have to meet the people here, and you have to base yourself on the ground here.
Gotcha.
That's the case here. Suits probably, he will say the same thing as well.
Wow.
He moved to China. He made it there. Okay. Will he stay in China? Perhaps so, perhaps not. It's up to him. But it's only by you getting up off your backside and doing the legwork. That's how you can succeed.
Gotcha.
Simple as that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you could say the same thing even in the West. Like if you want to get a job in, say, like London or New York, most employers are going to look at you and see like, okay, they want to make sure you live in New York or London, like you live near where you're already applying. You can't apply. You can't apply to a job for in London or New York. If you live in San Francisco, they're going to be like, "What? Why are you applying to this job?" So it's the same thing, isn't it?
It's a good idea that you are in the country, and also if you present yourself physically at the company, you go to the receptionist, hand in your resume with a letter and so on. Say that you're here, you're interested, because this shows your potential employer or employers
you're
that
serious.
You are a genuine person and that you are genuinely interested in working for them. Rather than saying if you were living in your mother's basement in New York or whatever,
right,
or Washington, it's a lot better being actually on the ground and being physically there.
Gotcha.
It is.
That makes sense. So your strategy basically would be then for new guys is to you need to basically build up enough savings where you can be the local where you want to be. So if you really wanted to do this, you would go teach English where you can make a lot of money, like in the Middle East or Southeast Asia, build up some savings, and then if you want to take a gamble, go to like say Minsk or Kiev, and then hit the ground running and try and hustle while you're on the ground there.
That's the only way. That is the only way you can do it. the thing about it is, you know, you have to have the drive and the ambition, and you have to be willing to. You have to have the drive and ambition to succeed, and you also have to accept the fact that you are going to you are going to encounter a lot of hardship. I mean, the worst situation that you can be in is you could be stuck in a rut, okay, living at home or working like I was in some cubicle, like, you know, as a monkey. I was that guy. 2 years ago, I was that guy. I was working in an office.
Yep.
I was the monkey. I was a monkey cruncher in a little cubicle, working away, typing away on endless spreadsheets, on paperwork, and so on. And I just said to myself, "This is not for me. I'm better than this." And it was my existence that gave me the drive. That enabled me to overcome my procrastination, because I was procrastinating for a long time. Would I or won't I? And when the opportunity arose, I went for it straight away.
Nice. Gotcha.
So you know, it does pay to have that drive, have that ambition. I mean, think about it, okay? You know, it's only when you are at the bottom that all of a sudden you will just click into gear and off you go. I mean, for example, you could take the situation like, you know, say for example you're in Thailand and you're there for about 5, 6, 8 weeks. You have a great time, and you come back home. You're flat broke. You're living with your mother or your father and whatever, you know. And it's only then that you suddenly click into gear and you have that goal, you have that vision, you know, to get back out to Thailand or to get back abroad, but you have to make money. And this is what I say to guys, in that, you know, you gotta have the money, but you have to have a plan, and you have to come up with some kind of a plan to make money to get there. But when you get there, you have to kind of have the plan in which to stay there. But also you have to kind of think of, you know, is this country for you? Because you have to factor in a lot of the social and cultural issues. You know, you could arrive in a country and you mightn't gel with it. You might move to country B and say, "Hey, I want to stay here." Okay, but a lot of it comes down to how you apply yourself. But the most important thing is here, you have to have a plan, and you have to have a goal, and you have to have the drive and ambition to succeed. Because without that, you just won't get anywhere.
Gotcha.
Simple.